Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today I will be showing you guys how to achieve this look. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to be using the Fierce by Nature palette by Morphe, and we're going to be doing a more natural look. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this color right here all over the eyelid, and I'm going to be using a fluffy brush just to apply that all over the lid. And then we're just gonna apply that all over just because we want that to be our base color. And then we do the same with the other eye. You going in with the color right next to it. It's a little bit of an orange, but it has a brown tone to it. We're going to be going in with a fluffier brush just because we want to make sure to get that color all over the lid. It's going to be your primary color here, and then we're going to be using that to transition to the other colors as well. And then I do go ahead and use my pinky just to make sure that I'm not going in all the way. With my pinky, it definitely helps for me to go just over and not be pushing in too much. And we go the same with this side. She's inappropriate the way she's approaching us. I disassociate, exfoliate, the renegotiate. She's closing up. Come to visit me. She say that she the loneliest, and it's hard to open up. So as you can see, this one is a little bit more. You can see the color a little bit more. So that just means on the other eye, we go ahead and add a little bit more color. Okay, so now that we got that color applied, now we're going to go ahead and darken it up here on the corner a little bit, just so it looks a little bit darker. And then for that, I'm going to be using this color right here, which is almost the same as the one that we just used, but it's a little bit more brown. So it's going to look a little bit darker, but it's going to blend in really good with this color that we put on first. And as I said, we're going to be using the same motion, that circular motion, just so it blends in correctly. And then as you can tell now, it's darker than this orange, so it's going to make it look more of a brown. And on this one, we're not going in all the way, just because this one is more for the corner to make the color just look a little bit more dark. And then we'll be applying a lighter color in here just to make it look more natural. But you do definitely want a little bit of dark here on the corner just to make it look more dark. And now you just kind of compare them to see which one looks different, which one needs a little bit more or a little bit less. And just remember, you know, if you feel like, let's say for example, that this color is too dark or it's too high up on your eyebrow, we can always fix that. You can always go in with a flatter brush, go in with a lighter color. So we could go in with the first one that we used as the base. You grab a little bit of that, tap off the excess, and then you can just go on a little bit on top under your brow, and you'll see how it makes it lighter to where it makes it look like it's transitioned more. Then you do the same on this side just to make it look the same as the other one, to not make it look too orange. And now you see that they look the same. We're just gonna clean this off at the end once we're done with our eyes. And now what we're going to go ahead and do is we're gonna go ahead and do the crease. I'm not gonna go ahead and cut the crease with concealer, just we do want it to look natural. However, The color that I'm going to be using for the crease is the same one. We're going to be using this as the base. So we're going to go in with a small flat brush. And we're kind of going to make it look like we're cutting the crease. But the only thing is we're cutting here with the same brush itself. We're not going in with concealer, just because we don't want it to be that dramatic. This is more of an everyday look. So as you can see here, now it's looking a little bit more with color than this one. So we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing with the other eye.
She say that she the loneliest and it's hard to open up. Open you up like a Pokeball. Open up, tear you out for a Pokeball.
And as you can tell now, it's starting to look more put together here.
Open up.
And you could always do a different color as well, more depending on what you like and what colors you feel like go good with you. Okay, so now that we have that color put, we're gonna go back in with the color from the top, from the eyelid. We're gonna go ahead and use the fluffy brush. We're gonna go back in with this color right here, just so everything looks blended together. And we're gonna go up here and right here, just so you could blend the lighter color with the darker one.
Request my chariot, get ya. The doors open. Take that high road and hop in. You OPN. Bitch, you won't be.
Okay, and now it's going to look like that. Now, if you did want to go ahead and add a little bit more of color, what you can do is you can go ahead and add this glitter right here. And I know it might look like it's a lot, but it actually transfers onto your eyelid really good. You're gonna tap off the excess. You're gonna use a flat brush, and you could just add a little bit, just so you could see it here. And depending on the amount of glitter that you like, you could add it like that, where you could just see it right here on the corner. Now we go ahead and do the same thing with this eye right here. And for this, you're just going to want to make sure that you're tapping it. So now you just look to see where you're missing a little bit of glitter. Okay, and now we have that. Now we're gonna go ahead and put that away for a little bit. And now we're gonna go into eyelashes. So I do like to go ahead and curl my eyelashes before I put on falsies. So we're gonna go ahead and curl our eyelashes.
Take that high road and hop in. First impression.
And then we do the other eye.
We should be closer than friends. If you OPN.
And now once I've done that, I do go ahead and put mascara on them. And I'll be using the Maybelline Rocket Volume Express. And I just want to make sure I apply a thin coat, just because I'm going to be applying a little bit more once I put the falsies on.
The doors open. Take that high road and hop in. First impression.
Now, as you can tell here, I did get some on my eyelid. So what you can go ahead and do is, with a little bit of concealer, I cover it and I try to blend it out a little bit. Now with my own finger, I I tap on it just so there's no harsh lines. Now with the first brush that we used, we're gonna go ahead and grab the palette back. And remember, on the corner, we use this color right here. So we're gonna go back in with this color and we're gonna apply it where we just put the concealer. And as you can tell, now you can't see that anymore. And I'm just gonna go back in with the mascara just because with the brush, the mascara was still wet. So it did move my eyelashes out of place there. Now for eyelashes, I'm going to be using Yalordi lashes. They are on Instagram. And I think I'm going to be using Style Cassandra. A little bit dramatic, but since we're doing more of a natural look, you want to make sure that your eye still pops. And the way to do that is for you to put on some not super dramatic lashes, depending on what you like, but putting some eyelashes that don't look too natural. Go with the middle first. Once I put that on, I go with the corner over here, and then with the corner on this side. Now you can tell what a difference eyelashes make. They don't look super dramatic, but you can tell how it makes the eye change. So we're gonna go ahead and put the other one on next. So we're just waiting for this one to dry now. So now that we're done with the eyes, we're gonna go ahead and start with the face. The foundation that I'll be using today is the L'Oreal True Match. And the color I'll be using is N4, which is Buff Beige. And then what I like to go ahead and do with my foundation is, I like to apply it first with a brush. So this is as well from Bon Bon. It looks like this. And flat from here. I like to put some foundation on the brush first. Just like that. I like to go in little by little, just to see how much I need, how much coverage I feel like I'm needing today. You know, if I'm going anywhere, then that definitely depends on how much foundation I put on. And then I go in with the brush just because, as I mentioned, I like to apply it, make sure I get every spot. And I know with the brush, you know, you'll see the harsh lines and everything, and that's why later on, after I'm done applying it, I go in with a sponge. But I do like to apply it first with the brush. Then I don't like to put foundation under my eyes just because I'm going to be covering that with concealer. But now that we're done with the brush, I do go ahead and go in with the sponge, a humid sponge. Open up. Open up. Open you up like a Pokeball. Okay, now we're going to be going in with concealer. And for that, I'm going to be using the in the shade Medium Sand. I know it looks super white compared to my foundation, but it will all blend in.
Open up.
With the concealer, however, I just go to here. I don't like to go all the way. So what I do over here is I go with the other side of the sponge to kind of blend it. Just because I want to make sure that it's not all the way over here.
Request my chariot to get ya. The doors open. Take that high road and hop in. You open.
Now what I go ahead and do is I get a small sponge. Make sure I get in here.
The doors open. Take that high road and hop in. Open up, open up.
Now you can see how I cleaned this off with the same sponge. I just go with this side right here. You just go like that. So what we're gonna go ahead and do now is we're going to go ahead and set under the eyes. For that, I like to use a brush like this. And then I like to go ahead and set with the 3 steps from NYX, which it does come with a contouring color, a highlighter, and then the setting color. I tap off all the excess. Once that has been set good, I just top off the remaining on your face. Now you can tell it doesn't look as white as it did. Now we're going to go ahead and bronze up. And for bronze, I'm going to be using the Morphe. It's the Bronzer. It has a bronzer plus the contour. I'm going to be using this Japanese brush. I did get it at Ulta. And for this, I like to go from here, circular motion, to here. Doing the same thing. Circular motion.
Take that high road and hop in.
Now you can see more of how it all looks put together. We're going to grab a little bit more. We're going to put some on our forehead.
Request my chariot, get ya. The doors open.
Now with the same brush, but I just like to use more of the tip, I'm going to go ahead and grab some of the bronzer. And then for this, you want to smile. You want your apples of your cheeks to be where the bronzer goes.
She's closing up. Come to visit me. She say that she the loneliest and it's hard to open up. Open you up like.
Okay, and then if you feel like there's harsh lines, what you can do is you can grab that same brush that we used to set under. You can see now how it looks more blended. Now we're going to go ahead and do the bottom of our eyes, and then I'll go ahead and do some highlighter. So what I'm going to go ahead and do next is grab the Nature palette. I'm going to be using a brush like this, and the color I want in the bottom is this brown right here. So the same one we used on the corner. Now for this, you're just going to be using it under your waterline. So you're going to go like this. And you can tell how it makes the makeup look completely different. So we're going to go ahead and do that on the next eye.
Engaging you's on my agenda. Request my chariot, get ya.
that. Now what I'm going to go ahead and do is put some mascara on my bottom lashes.
Shut it down like a Macintosh. Open up, open.
Okay, now you can tell how bottom eyelashes do make a difference. Now we just add some to the top ones just to make it look more blended. Now with the same mascara, what I like to do is go on my eyebrows, and as you noticed, I didn't put it back in because I don't want to grab more. It's just so my hairs can stay in place. Now what I'm gonna go ahead and do is my lips. I don't like to go ahead and clean my lips just because I want the color. As you can tell, there's a little bit of makeup on there, but that will make the color pop out more just because my lips, you know, aren't this white. So we're gonna go ahead and outline them, and I'm using the NYX lip liner in the color London.
Request my chariot, get ya. The doors open. Take that hot road and hop in. Monarch butterflies, you should open up. I'm trying to put your heart together, found it broken up. Going up in smoke, smoking up. Make sure the children in the house, she's in the
For lipstick, I'm going to be using the Too Faced Melted Liquefied Longwear Lipstick, and it is in the color Chihuahua. And I know on here it looks more pink, but it's actually more of a natural color, pretty brown.
Open up. Open up.
So it actually goes perfect with the makeup look. Now what we're going to be doing is just our highlighter, and I'm going to be using the Anastasia Glow Kit. It's the Sugar Glow Kit. I'm going to be using this color right here, Starburst.
Request my chariot, get ya. The doors open. Take that hot road and hop in. You open. Bitch, you won't be.
Now you can see how there's a harsh line right there, you know. So what you want to go ahead and do is go back in with your bronzer. So there's no harsh line. Now for the forehead, if you want to blend it in a little bit more, you go in with the brush that we used to set everything. Just kind of buff it out a little bit. And now the last thing will be setting spray. And I do use the e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set. And I just like to do a little bit to set all of that. And then there you have the makeup look. And there you have it. I hope you guys love this video, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notifications for the next video. I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye guys.